Sting, guys! Sting's back. Hooray! Yeah, I'm not sarcastic when I say this. I'm actually really happy he's back. Because I have a lot to say on the treatment of... It's been notorious, like, one of the viral videos that I made back in the day was the treatment of WWE against Sting. As much as I'm not a fan of AEW, I've said this on, you know, many occasions, I'm not really a fan of AEW. There's certain things that just doesn't click with me. They needed this. They needed this because consistently they were getting 700,000 viewers. There wasn't really anything hitting the 1 million threshold, really, to be honest. And I think this is the one that pushes it over. There's an argument that fans are doing. I'll leave that at the end of the video because I don't want to make this video about arguments and fans versus fans and this fan base against that fan base. I don't want that because it's actually a joyous occasion. The Stinger's back. The Stinger's back, and quite frankly, I'm happy is because fuck WWE for the absolute treatment of Sting. I know a lot of WWE fans will be shocked by me saying this, but I've been saying it for many years. WWE had a perfect opportunity. Either have Triple H or Sting, for whatever reason, or have Sting versus Undertaker. Clear cut, could have done it. WrestleMania, amazing match. People wanted to see it. But this is what goes back to my past video. Triple H doesn't know what he's doing. Triple H was the one that booked Sting versus Triple H. And Triple H booked himself to win. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. And then obviously the Notorious, and he should have never been in the ring with Seth Rollins. That should have never happened. And like, why would they put him in the ring with Seth Rollins just to lose anyway? Just to lose the WWE Championship anyway. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. They were going to bury him from the start, and now I understand why Sting never wanted to go to the WWE. And to be honest, I really wish he didn't now, because WWE didn't know what to do with this character. They butchered his theme song. I hated Michael Cole saying Stang. Stang. Just fuck. It gets me angry. Like, I know I haven't been legitimately angry on this channel in quite some time, but just 2014. Like, if you notice that consistently my uploads have been significantly less since 2014, it's because the treatment of Sting at Survivor, like whenever Sting was at, if it was Survivor Series, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is fantastic. And then I looked at the book and I'm like, no, stop it, no, yeah, and it's gone. And then they retired him, put him in the Hall of Fame, and then they're like, oh yeah, see you later, adios, bye. It's just disgusting. So yeah, I don't blame Sting for going to AEW. Fair play to him, because I would have done exactly the same thing. Despite the fact that I don't like AEW, I'm not a fan of them. I do have my... I don't think it's absolutely terrible. But there's a few things that I just don't like about it. Namely the women's wrestling. I'm just not a fan of it. The tag team division seems somewhat rushed, I have to admit. I know Kenny Omega won. A lot of people are going to expect me to bitch and complain and say, oh, Kenny Omega put himself in this spot. Honestly, I'd rather Kenny Omega win than have any of the other fucking idiots that are on that roster win. Because apart from Jon Moxley, I think Kenny Omega is really the only decent one. And, like, don't pull off a Cody Rhodes can hang with people, because he's just... Anyway, this isn't about that. It's about... Stang, okay? It's about Stang. I'm happy he's in AEW. I would have done the same thing. The treatment that WWE did with Sting was nothing short of disgusting. They booked him in a WrestleMania match where Triple H just beat him, and Sting was helped by the NWO, even though the NWO hated Sting. Like, they fought for many years, and just like, why would they, like, help each other? And, it was awful. I didn't like it. Some people back then loved it. I absolutely despised it. That's why I have so much hostility against Triple H. Now, I want to say this. There's a lot of people say Triple H is a terrible wrestler. I don't agree with that either. I think Triple H done a lot, especially when he's running the Attitude Era. Like, he did fantastic, I thought. He's not really great as a face, but, like, as a heel, he's definitely up there as one of the great heels. But as a booker, as a creative standpoint, he's awful. And don't give me this bullcrap that he knows everything. He just doesn't know anything. I'm sorry if it sounds almost like a negative video, but it's just, when I seen in 2014, just, it made me hate myself as a wrestling fan, just seeing Sting in that position, and seeing him the way it is, like, essentially the way, like, WWE, it angers me even today. Like, it angers me so much that we will never, in my lifetime, in any generation, despite the fact that there was 100 times that they could have done it, we will never, ever see Undertaker versus Sting. Never. It's done now. They can't even do a cinematic match, because they could have, like, this is don't get angry. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna get angry. It's just, it annoys, you don't understand, like, how passionate I am about this subject. Like, a lot of people are passionate about stupid shit, like, about, like, other stuff in wrestling. Like, I am so, and this is why I cannot go all in and defend WWE so much, because they messed up what probably arguably could have been the biggest build in wrestling history. Like, could you imagine just Sting and The Undertaker, just a slow build, and then a build for about 2 months, a month even? I would watch wrestling flat out. I would just love it. Even last year, they could have like, I'll be honest, I know a lot of people are going to get angry at me saying this, but I don't think Undertaker should have faced AJ Styles. I think it should have been a cinematic match with him and Sting. That's what I think they should have done. And they could have done that. That's a crazy thing that he still, despite it was 2020, they could have still done this match in a cinematic form, and it might have actually worked out better doing it in a cinematic form. And they still didn't do it! They still did not do it! I'm gonna have to retitle this video, but, like, I know I haven't really talked about Sting's AEW return, but I can't ignore the fact that how incompetent WWE was, but what were they thinking? And now he's going to AEW. AEW's got a second wind. No one's going to watch NXT anymore. Everyone's going to tune in to watch Sting in AEW. And Vince has got himself to blame. He's only got himself to blame. And I'm so sick and tired of people, like, saying, oh, Vince McMahon's great and stuff. Yeah, I think he doesn't deserve as much hate as what people are saying. But when you can't even book Undertaker versus Sting, when you had multiple opportunities to do it, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. So, for all these people who are thinking I'm a smart and I'm defending AEW, I have ridiculed AEW on many occasions. But fair play to AEW. They played the smart game. They are winning now against NXT. Okay? They lost in the ratings this week. They answered right away. What did NXT do? Yeah, we won by 2,000. You just nothing. There's no answer. That's why I'm so concerned about Triple H taking over WWE. There's no urgency with this man. There is no urgency. And don't give me this crap that Vince McMahon has. Look, Triple H has majority of the say in regards to NXT. He does. Whether you like to admit it, he does. If this is what he does with NXT, I'm sorry, but you're out of your goddamn mind. How can we expect Triple H to book Raw and SmackDown? Touch wood, I don't want Vince to die, but let's just say he does. I cannot see Triple H. I could see Shane, possibly. I could see Shane McMahon do something. I can see Shane. There's actually some creative aspects to Shane. Triple H, on the other hand, like, yeah, he can do certain things, but he's not at a Vince McMahon level. Like, he's just not at that level to call the hard calls. He's just not that guy. It's like, you ever watch Sopranos, alright? And it's one of the guys that's supposed to put a hit on Tony. And he goes up to Junior. And he's like, Junior, I want to do a hit on Tony and stuff like that. And then the guy walks away and stuff like that. And then, anyway, so Junior just turns around and says, he couldn't fucking sell it. He just couldn't sell it. I'm better off with Tony. That's what Triple H is. He can't sell it. If he's getting his ass beat by a company that's only been active for a year and a half, how do you expect this man to do well? I'm sorry, I know lately I've been bashing on Triple H. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. I wouldn't even say he's a terrible developmental guy. I do think he does look at the fundamentals of what happens in a ring, but in a booking, in the hard calls, like the big mainstream Class A matches, when you're talking a Sting and Undertaker, he just dropped the ball. He thought he could face Sting. In the end, Sting lost his debut, won in a tag team, I believe it was with Randy Orton, and then lost against Seth Rollins. Like, there was so many things you could do with this. Like, it frustrates me. This video is long, but anyway, let's talk about Sting and what I think is going to happen in AEW. I don't know if he's going to wrestle. See, WWE have a habit of overreacting to injuries as well. Like, look at Edge, Daniel Bryan. Like, did Sting get a second opinion like Daniel Bryan? I don't know. I cannot see Sting as a manager, though. I know this is something that's going to shock everyone, but Sting after the 2000s was, or even 1990s, you know, when the whole Crow thing happened, he was always a loner. Like, I never saw him really as a manager. Like, even in TNA, I saw him more of a loner and an outsider and a vigilante. Oh god, I hate when they called him that in WWE. But like a vigilante. Like, he's more of an individual person than he is someone. Now, there's teasing a possible match against the other guy who I quite like, the skateboard guy. I forget his name, slipped my mind, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all you AEW fans, but I can't keep track of all these other nobodies in your roster, alright? We're going to talk about Bruce Pritchard soon, by the way, because I got a lot to say about that. Especially his goddamn booking. You think Triple H's booking is bad? Jesus Christ. And I call the whole Bruce Pritchard thing. But I just want to say this. I'm very happy Sting's come back. I'm very happy Sting's come back. I think it's a smart decision on his part. And I don't think he should ever go back to WWE after that treatment in 2014. I don't think he should. I think WWE should be ashamed of themselves. At the way they booked him. It's just... He was right. Sting was right. This is why he went to TNA. Because he didn't believe how he was going to be used. And Sting proved it right. Sting proved it completely right. And, I don't know. Maybe just things aren't meant to be. But it's just sad that we will never, ever see Undertaker versus Sting ever in our lifetime. Not even in a cinematic standpoint. And that's just sad. But it's good to see Sting back in AEW. And fair play to him. He gave them the finger. Fair play to you, Sting. It's General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out. Happy Christmas. Yeah. Oh, by the way, 10-year anniversary. Starting next week. We're just going to focus a lot on the 10-year anniversary. We're doing a live stream. I'll check my calendar, my children. It will be 2 seconds. Let me see here. So, checking the calendar, y'all. So Sunday the 6th. Sunday the 6th, we are doing the 10-year anniversary hangout. I'm going to try and get Wrestling Jesus in here and stuff like that. I've been talking to WJ and stuff. We'll try and get something. We'll do a 10-year anniversary. We'll even do, we'll go live for a lot of hours. I'm going to have it as an open forum, because screw it, why not? We might, I'm thinking of going old school with the whole hangouts and stuff, by sending a lot of people in, having a chat, having a laugh, you know what I mean? As if for the 10-year anniversary. And then I might be doing an exclusive interview with someone. There's a certain YouTuber that wants to interview me on their channel about the 10-year anniversary, because it is quite an accomplishment. And I will talk more about it at the time, about the 10-year anniversary. There's some decisions I have to make at some point, but we'll talk about that near the end of time, okay? But there is some decisions that I have to make. I'm 30. I'm going to be 30 now in next 2 weeks. I'm going to be 30, so there is some decisions I have to make going forward if I'm going to continue doing this YouTube thing. So I've always said I retire at 30, but there's some, I don't know. I'll talk about it at another date. Anyway, Sting's back. Everything's all good. I'm actually going to watch AEW. AEW's done actually something good. Cody Rhodes is still an idiot, though, to be fair, though.